Welcome everyone to another episode of the ASUS AIoT Podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us who is the CEO and founder of Phoenix AI. So welcome Laurent to our podcast.
Thank you, Silvia.
Okay, so today before we start with the topics, I want people to get to know you on a personal level. And I guess one of the first questions is, how did this all start, right? Did you always know that you wanted to work in tech? Were you always in tech?
Oh, no. Well, I studied being a horse policeman before.
Okay.
I studied when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
It took me about 11 years before becoming a policeman, regular policeman.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I spent about 19 years into the police.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact was that I was not really happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was some kind of a entrepreneur, but entrepreneur which doesn't know exactly what's going to be the path of his future. But fortunately, I'm well married, I think, and she decided to really push me very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get a chance to continue my former career of policeman. So I finally, fortunately, launched something back in 2015, with a first project, which was a project of extreme slow motion camera for sport broadcast.
Okay. So she knew before you, your wife?
Oh yeah, she knew by heart. Yeah, she's able to read me by heart. So it's just fantastic.
That is so nice to have someone that is supportive, but also like knows, kind of can guide you in that direction. Right?
Very often the story of I would say entrepreneurs, also in the tech, is always a question of being a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that she is accompanying me since the early beginning of my entrepreneur story.
Yeah.
Because at the end she was an accountant before.
Mm-hmm.
She became a very talented CFO, and now she is helping us in R&D plans, and also in getting some very interesting subsidies from the European region or Belgian region, because we are Belgians.
Yeah. So a privilege, right, to be working with her.
Working with your partner is the perfect conditions for work. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, and now shifting focus from your background to this business itself. So where did this idea come from? What is the problem that you're trying to solve for the industry and for the people in general?
Well, everything started with a research and development program at the end of my previous company.
Mm-hmm.
We were developing high-speed cameras with the need of making all camera a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
And thanks to my electronical background, we had the idea to bring AI on an electronic board.
Right.
For what it's worth. So back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that now it's becoming a main trend. I mean, edge AI is becoming really, really big thanks to IoT and the lack of bandwidth from the cloud and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my first idea was to be able to work with any camera. So starting from the broadcast area to the CCTV one, be able to work with any camera stream and bring AI and computer vision at a electronical level, I would say.
Right. And I like the story how, your background. So I just noticed that, so you said you have an engineering background.
Nope.
No. Oh, okay.
Not at all.
I misheard. Okay. But your background in being a police sort of took you on this view that you have for your business, which is the underlying topic, I think, is security, isn't it?
It is. But I think basically the thing that helped me a lot was the fact that I was not an expert about anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I started trying to be surrounded by smarter people, I would say. And very humbly, I tried to get in touch with various ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And with a typical also Belgian kind of being an entrepreneur, leader, a manager, with a flat version of it, we were able to get a very nice success story before with high-speed cameras, I would say. But I didn't know anything about marketing. I didn't know anything about international sales. I didn't know anything about computer vision. I didn't know anything about electronical background or something.
Okay.
So I started from scratch with probably some talent to become a sponge and get the maximum material from my surrounding people, I would say.
Yeah, and overall CEOs, right, are good generalists. Right?
Yeah, we have to. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, what are the challenges you would say that you had to face during this journey of creating your company?
Well, the most important challenge is being visionary too early. I have to face always the fact that you have to seduce early adopters. It has always been my main concern. So when I have a typical technical or technological idea, it's always a little bit too early.
Yeah.
So at the end, well, the big advantage about it is it gives time, like 3 years, to seduce, evangelize, whatever,
and improve the product.
And make it a real product.
Yeah.
But well, it does need a lot of funding. That's the issue. But well, so far, I'm glad that, especially with my company, Phoenix AI now, we now have proven that our idea back in 2017 were absolutely right. And we are now active in a lot of different sectors, which was not an expectations from the early beginning. And well, the fact is there are more and more demand about, I would say, AI on electronic boards.
Right. And just to give an idea of which verticals you offer solutions in, and what kind of, can you give us an example of how many?
I think the best example is about human safety.
Yeah.
Or, well, human safety with vehicles, I would say.
Yeah.
A lot of companies are concerned about the fact that humans are wounded, sometimes killed as well. And basically with some vision tricks and AI detection, segmentation, and so on, we can do really magic tricks. I'll take a very quick example, which is absolutely fantastic. With 5-watt device, we are able to delete from the picture the thing that doesn't matter for the end customer. So let's say, for instance, if you are shooting a city scene with vehicles and persons, we can in real time erase from the picture all the vehicles and just focus on people. So at the end of the day, compared with 24/7 cameras, it's going to be very much focused on the real subject, the real pain of the customer. And at the end, it will bring them 100% detection. So we won't talk anymore about false detection or whatever. We suppress from the picture the thing that is not interesting to really focus on humans. That's a great example about what edge AI can do. Cloud cannot do it because it's too pricey to make it in cloud environment. So basically, it's the real power of edge AI.
Right. And this brings me actually very nicely into what I would like to show. It's the fact that when ASUS AIoT, when we created the Partner Alliance program, the whole core concept behind it was that we wanted to co-create solutions with our partners. We wanted to engage with them early on, and we wanted to create this ecosystem where we were offering solutions and the whole services that deploying these AI and new technology implies, right? Because it's a long cycle and it's impossible to do it on your own. So the purpose of creating this program was actually to have all the players, right, in place and bring them all together in order to win these projects together. So I think in that context, I think it's very relevant, the fact that you're experts in software, we are experts in making the hardware, the edge computer behind that, and the fact that we came together to create the solution is actually the best offer we can give to the market.
Definitely, yeah. And I think your positioning has been completely acknowledged by our side, and we completely understood it, and it was the clear answer we were expecting from a vendor such as ASUS. I mean, we are also in touch with a lot of other vendors which are too much pushy, a little bit too much pushy, less understanding our real needs and understanding the span and also the lifespan of projects. Because at the end of the day, we are a startup company. We can address very fast tracks, but most of our customers are large companies and public sector companies, and for them the span is really long.
Yeah, I think, and also mainly because you're in such a new sphere of this technology, which is computer vision, video analytics, that the adoption even many times is not the technology is not the hurdle, but generally is the user, the adoption, the commercial side where they can accept when they want to deploy and if they're comfortable with it, right?
That's absolutely right. And most of the time we enter into those companies by the innovation.
Yeah.
And then it takes about 1 year to be able to seduce the real business side of it.
Yeah. So, the approach from the get-go of creating this partner program for us, it was because we saw a lot, right? We come from Taiwan. We know most of the vendors, right? And we see that the approach of selling to is really not ideal for the AIoT industry. Is more about selling with.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. If we have to talk about the success cases in your company, which is the one example that for you're most proud of in terms of success case?
There are multiples, but there's a name that comes directly in mind to me. It's the Port of Antwerp, where we were able to, at the end, deploy 10 times more camera than expected. So compare with their previous plan, they were about to deploy a number of cameras to be able to be recorded 24/7 without automatic surveillance.
That's a lot of data for not too much of a use.
That's absolutely crazy. To me, it looks absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But at the end, we were able to bring them vessels detection, vessels classification, for them to fight against the war on drugs issue. And at the end, they are able to deploy 10 times more cameras with systems that's going to be completely event-driven. So very much focused on the real pain and the real problem.
Right.
So the thing that is important with this kind of customer is also the fact that at the end, the first technical stage to enter into that kind of customer is the fact that you need to deploy a hardware device onto their network. So they are looking for companies who are also able to deploy a real box, not an idea of or an algorithm and so on. No, really deploy a box.
A complete appliance.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why we had so many success with them.
Right. And not just with them in general. What would you say, if we go a little bit in depth into the technical side, what would you say is the differentiator for Phoenix AI in terms of your offer as compared to other players?
That's a very good question. I think we are a one-stop shop. We can physically deploy. So it means our engineers can deploy that box into whatever network it is. It means we can deploy it without Ethernet connectivity, without cloud connectivity, in very harsh environments as well. For instance, we won a R&D program in the North Sea, where the boxes will be spread out all over in offshore conditions in very, very harsh environment. We of course build our software and we build AI for them. So we can also make custom AI for them. So at the end, it's only one shop to bring the whole solution to them. It's definitely something that they are looking for. And most of the time, 99% of the time, our customers have already tried with cloud AI, and they couldn't be satisfied with it because of the edge perspective.
Right, exactly. So you're end-to-end and you're a turnkey.
Turnkey.
Perfect. So what is next for the company? And also related to the industry, right? Where is the industry going to, and what are your plans, the immediate plans?
Well, I think this year, 2024, will be the year of large deployments for Phoenix AI. We made a lot of POCs, a lot of POVs, like proof of values to customers, and we'll deploy all of them during this year. We've got major references. I'm very glad about it. But we need to deploy now during this year and find the right partners to make it, because at the end of the day, the business model of Phoenix AI is not to deploy directly, of course. We made the POC, we made the POVs, we made the case studies, I would say. But we have partners who can distribute, can integrate. So it's going to be the year of integration of what has been done during the last month.
Right. So we're talking all of the reseller distributors plus the system integrators who are the ones facing the end customers directly and put these solutions into the market. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, great. The last question is more of a personal question. It's a personal take of how you see the future. So imagine it's 20 years from now, right? Many things will have changed. Technology, AI, all of the big data will have evolved into a momentum, and many things will change. So for you, and you can choose any topic, could be related to your work or not, but what will have changed, and how do you think that will have changed our lives?
Well, I think I'm definitely thinking about the next future. That's going to be a miniature AI device that's going to be pretty close from us. So nothing comparable with our smartphone, even if it's the smartest device we have on us today. So I'm thinking about, for instance, one of your jewels, like your necklace with built-in AI in it. And I think we're going to get some very new innovative UI, so new user interfaces, such as our hand or maybe something else, but we won't need any more screens. And I think at the end, this AI assistant will be capable of a lot of tasks compared with our smartphone as of today, I think. That's what I think.
You see.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be really, really fast.
Okay.
From 3 years from now.
So it won't be, 3 years from now. So 3 years from now, we can sit here again and see how much of this has become a reality.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. But one topic that is interesting, right, is, privacy and GDPR compliance. How do you think, because that's, let's say in certain parts of the world where that is maybe less of a concern or contained in a different way, the deployments seem to move a little bit faster. How much of an acceptance do you think people will have regarding this topic?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
The privacy issue, right? Yeah. How much will people be accepting of this as we move on in the development of AI?
To us, I mean, with the experience of Phoenix AI, is not a concern anymore.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, once again, thanks to Edge AI, we can keep on having all the very private and very concerned pictures and content on the device, and just output metadata or just output whatever might make sense, but not the pictures itself.
Right.
So it's, for instance, something that we do for healthcare. So that's a project we have all together.
Yes.
The goal is to detect elderly people that will be fall down on the floor.
Yeah.
But at the end, the electronic board doesn't output anything about pictures.
Right.
So it's just a prediction.
Yeah.
And we send an alert, which is not related to content.
Right.
So I think it's the only 100% way to handle the privacy issue. It's once again to have Edge AI like this, and maybe your necklace within the 3 years we also get the same features.
Right. So it's a privacy-based from the core and the start, privacy-based solution that only outputs metadata. So it's still able to continue to do what you do today.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's a very good view of the future. And I hope that in 3 years, I will hold you accountable. We'll sit here again And we'll talk about this again.
I'll talk to your necklace directly.
Oh, right. You can also do that. All right. Thank you so much, Laurent.
Thank you, Silvia. Thanks for having me. It's a great honor. Thank you so much.
And we'll hope to continue working together.
Absolutely.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to us and spending time seeing our view of technology. Thank you.